This is Garrett Fry, the 3D digital matte painting sequence lead for the cemetery sequence. We're taking a look at shot 1933. So let's go ahead and play that. So in this shot, you can see it's this handheld shot moving through the cemetery. We have a couple of really extreme foreground objects here, which is these leaves over here from this branch and these guys over here. So there's a bunch of space that we will need to fill in with more gravestones. So we have this area over here, and really it's kind of this open area. It seems a bit ripe for some nice hero elements. I mean, you don't want to block the view because this is super beautiful back here, but you want to maybe add some things that's not going to obscure the view, but gives the feeling that there is something more back there. You can see how blurry these motion blurred objects. And so you're going to want to make sure that you're matching the motion blur that's in the shot. And you're going to want to do that through your in Nuke when you do your projection setup. You also have this area over here. You do have some moving light, this moving dappled light, and you're going to want to see what exactly you can get away with as far as not animating the light. You could certainly do an animated light pass, like a specular or an animated light pass that you add on top of your painting. You could certainly do that, but you're going to want to see how you can minimize the amount of work that you have to do. So you can add some gravestone here and give it that rim light, but if it's going to be receiving a lot of light and these guys are moving over here, then you're going to want to add just a little bit of movement on this. And maybe that's done with a roto shape within Nuke, or maybe that's actually done in 3D. You're going to have to see in this shot which is the best approach. You're also going to want to make this a bit lower so that you're not going up into these leaves here, because these are very difficult to composite because there's so much stuff going on with these really tiny branches. So make sure that you stay clear of that area. But you can add in gravestones all throughout here. And like I said, if you put something behind something in a moving shot like this, you're going to need to do a roto shape that just cuts that thing out so that you can put things behind it. So everything in this shot is going to need to be projected onto 3D geometry. You can't get away from that. If that be a card or something that's filled out more, that has more modeling detail to it, you're going to have to do some tests to see how much modeling you need to put into it. And you can use any of the photos in the photo library or some of the photogrammetry assets and just move things around in 3D and see how things look. So you can get some ideas of how to compose this in 3D just by moving some things, blocks around, or the photogrammetry assets. So really cool shot, a lot of stuff to be done on it. Before starting out on the shot, it's really important to familiarize yourself with the extensive photo reference in the library. It is worthwhile to do quick matte painting concepts so you can start to understand what kind of photography works for what particular situation. Also, make sure you're utilizing the asset library, especially for those shots that require continuity between environments. These assets can be a huge help, and remember that every asset has high resolution photography, so if the asset is not high enough resolution when rendered, you can overlay it with photography.